Yes, please.
Okay, so Gita coaching is a service to devotees, and basically it's meant to help devotees succeed. To help devotees succeed in all areas of life. Health, sadhana, service, relationships, career, whatever you do. It's relatively a new profession. I think last 10 years it has become popular, and it's amazing how people get better results if they use coaching. Many people go on training seminars, but they don't follow up. So coaching helps you to follow up, to apply what you have learned. So I have been doing this for about 10 years now. And I mainly work with devotees. Very rarely I work with some other people. And also my presentations are mainly to devotees. And basically I'm helping them to change the way they think. Everybody understands? Yeah. Because the way you think actually influences the way you act. And the way you act influences your results. And thinking is largely influenced by the questions you ask yourself. So coaching is very much about questions, what you ask. And so there is effective questions and non-effective questions. So we do it automatically. The thinking process is consisted of questions and answers. And in the first canto, Srila Prabhupada explains that Sutta Goswami is thanking the sages of Naimisharanya that they asked these 6 questions on which the Bhagavatam is based, and he thanked them. He said, these are wonderful questions. So Srila Prabhupada speaks in the first canto, second chapter, text 5, he speaks about the importance of questions. And I have studied questions for many, many years because I use them for coaching. In coaching, questions are more important than advice, because coach avoids to give advice. He asks questions, listens, then asks more questions and helps you to think and to come up with your own answers. Some coaches, they practice directive coaching where they give advice, but this is more consulting. But pure coaching is actually without advice. I do both with devotees, but depending how much devotee is ready to think. But if we want to do pure coaching, it's actually not giving advice. Many people are lazy to think. So when you work with a coach, you develop some thinking muscles, your brain develops. And I help devotees with that. And it's actually much better help to help people help themselves than they become dependent on you. So those who use coaching, who use this assistance that I provide, they actually find very good results from this. They become more self-sufficient, they become more clear. So one of the main principles of coaching is clarity. Clarity about what you want. If you're not clear what you want, even God cannot help you. So you have to clarify what you want. Therefore, coach always asks you, what do you want? Then second thing is, what are you going to do about it? What are you ready to do? I asked many devotees, how many of you are ready? How many of you want success? Everybody raised their hands. Then I asked, how many are ready to pay the price of success? Not all raised their hands. Because if you want results, you have to be ready to do something. It's just common sense. So coaching is consisted of listening, asking questions, then asking more questions. I summarize what you said to clarify, did I understand you? And in this way, I help you to come up with your plan of action, how to move forward, how to achieve what you want to achieve. Coaching is about goals, about your goals, but first you have to clarify the goals. Then we can work on achieving the goals and how to remove all the obstacles. Now, coaching helps with removing the obstacles, and 80% of the obstacles, the success people say, is internal. 20% is external. So therefore, with the coach, you work on the internal obstacles. Internal obstacles include mainly a negative self-talk. How do you talk to yourself? You say, I can't do this. Why? I cannot chant 16 rounds, it's too much. How do you know? Well, I tried and it was too much. But how did you try? Is there any other way how you can do it? Or, I cannot give class. This is too much. It's for me. In 10 years I will be able to give class. No, you can do it now. So we look, what is it that is stopping you to achieve something? But first you have to decide, I want this. Then practically you can achieve anything with God's help. So removing obstacles is an important part, but also important is to find motivation. What inspires you to work on your goal? I always ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how strong is your desire to achieve this goal? And people very rarely say 10. They say 7 or say 6. Then we look into why it's not 10. Why it is not 10? Why it's 7? And what is in between? What needs to happen in between to make it 10? So we work on increasing the motivation and increasing the desire. Whether you want to practice material life or spiritual life, the principle is the same. You have to have a desire to do it. You have to have enthusiasm. Rupa Goswami says, Utsahan, enthusiasm. This is the first principle of success in the Upadeshamrita. So, and then the next is determination. How determined you are to achieve it. What are you ready, what kind of austerity, sacrifice, work you are ready to do in order for you to achieve your goal. And also, coaching is about becoming your own friend. Devotees use our philosophy sometimes to become very negative about themselves and to beat themselves up or beat themselves down. That I will never become a pure devotee, I don't have that standard. And so they work against themselves by the way they think. They allow this negative internal dialogue to go on. So I help them to change that. And to be not too lenient and not too strict with yourself, but find the golden middle. How are you going to deal with yourself? Become your own friend. Become a good friend. Then in my course I'm teaching some skills like listening, asking questions. I'm teaching about expanding options, then taking action also. There is some more, but we don't have time to speak about everything. Now I want to say something about expanding options. There is always more options than we see at any particular moment. The way we have accustomed to think is there is only 1 or 2 options. And if you live in a little bit limited environment, then you actually have an excuse to limit yourself even more. Like you may say, in Iran, I cannot practice Krishna consciousness because it's like this. It's a bit difficult because there is not so much freedom like in England or Germany. Now, in order to turn this around, this way of thinking, you can learn very simple technique, turning problems into opportunities. How do you do this? You ask yourself what this problem is an opportunity for. And then think, okay, we have this situation. What is it an opportunity for? To become more Krishna conscious, to pray to Krishna more, to develop all kinds of systems that are safe and secure, that will not get us in trouble. to find new, innovative ways to present Krishna consciousness. Like you mentioned the name of your daughter. So, like you said, it's also Persian name, but it's also a Krishna conscious name. So if you find some things that are overlapping, maybe you can use this. Or for anything in your life, anything. Take any your career, your practice of Krishna consciousness, your preaching, you can always see there is many more options. And that's why I train devotees to be coaches, and also I'm encouraging them to do mutual coaching to help each other succeed. And when you speak with your coach, then he will always ask you, what else can you do? So this question, what else, is a very powerful question, because it can always expand options for you. What else could you do? Okay, I want to do this, and I have 3 options. What else could you do? Well, I didn't think, because I think there is only 3 options. But your coach asks you, no, think, what else could you do? Who else can help you? Who can help you? Who else can give you ideas? What is some other place where you can do this? What are the other resources? So this helps you expand options, And I have something called Gita cards, which trains you to think creatively. These are 55 cards, and they all have Prabhupada's quotes, and they have some question, and they have some statement, and they trigger your creative thinking. So this you can get for free from me on email. I don't know if I sent it to you, but no, I haven't. And I can also teach you how to use it. It's very simple. You just choose one card and choose one project that you're working on, or an issue, or a problem, or a goal that you have. Whatever issue is a neutral. Issue means goal or a problem. So any issue you want to work on, and you take these cards, pick up one or pick up 2 cards, and it helps you think more creatively. It's really amazing. This was made by some professional people, but I turned it into Krishna conscious cards. So you can develop your creative muscles, how you think, because we are using, according to studies like Stanford University, we are using 5% of our brain. We are not using our intelligence enough. Also in Krishna consciousness, devotees, before they join, they are amazing people. When they join, they are like blocked, shocked. They can't do anything. But in the material world, they were just shaking and moving everything, and they were managers and this. And now, they're like, oh, I can do. Yeah. So I'm trying to help them to release that potential. Release your potential. You have so much potential. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Ashcharyavat, the soul is amazing. So every soul is amazing, especially every devotee is amazing. So this is one area we are working on. And it can help you, coaching can help you with self-discipline, with habits, changing habits. Any issue that you want to work on, if you have a good system and good intelligence, you can actually achieve better results. And once, at the end of Prabhupada's life, they asked him, Prabhupada, how will this movement go on? And he said, what do you think? And they said, chantings, following principles, reading your books, preaching. He said, yeah, but what else? And they didn't know. And he said, organization and intelligence. Organization and intelligence. So this coaching is about organizing yourself better and using your intelligence better. You are person full of potential, but this potential is not used now because you are simply out of habits. You are not using your potential. But if you know how to use your potential, how to release it, then you will be able to achieve much more and to be more happy, more productive. So creativity, that's expanding options. Creativity, stop seeing problems. In coaching, there is no problems, there is no failure. There is only feedback. You are only learning what works, what doesn't work. So there is no failure. Also, there is no problems. The greatest problem about problems is how you see the problem. If you see the problem as a problem, that's the problem. But if you see the problem as an opportunity, this is intelligent. And problem shrinks, becomes smaller. So we have to stop seeing problems around us. We have to start seeing opportunities. And you can always ask yourself, what this problem is an opportunity for? Like I have some health problem now, and I'm thinking, what is it an opportunity for? It's an opportunity to learn a lot about health, because I'm in ignorance about health. I don't know anything. Now I'm learning from one devotee about the Ayurveda. I'm learning about reflexology. Because it hurts, I have to press. I'm doing some stand on my head yoga just to relieve pain. So and I'm starting to look holistically at life, at success, because everything is related. The devotee who analyzed my health, he analyzed my behavior. I was shocked. He told me just first time in my life he met me, and he looked at my date of birth. And he said, cold predominates in your system. There is 5 elements in the Ayurveda. And he said, and you behave like this. And I was shocked. He was right. He said, you are unpredictable. Always changing. That's why you like traveling. Then he said, yeah, he said I'm more airy. Air is predominant also. Then he said, tell me something about what I like to eat. And he was really right. So everything is interrelated. So we have to look at life holistically. Your health affects your mind affects your behavior affects your relationships. So we have to look holistically. And so the problem I have now, is an opportunity. Satchidananda Maharaj was mentioning about his health problems many times in his classes, but then he always says it helps me reflect very deeply on my life and surrender more to Krishna and pray and like that. When you get practically in a life-threatening situation. So every problem is an opportunity. Take any problem you have and ask yourself, how can I turn this into an opportunity? And then your life will change. So this is also what I'm working on with devotees, to help them change the way they think. And it all starts with questions. If you ask yourself wrong questions, then you are going to get wrong results. Good questions means good results. So instead of asking why others are not perfect, why my country is not perfect, why the world is not perfect, you can ask, how can I improve and how can I make a difference? This is a better use of your intelligence, your time, and it's a better question. But people waste so much time asking themselves, why this, why that, why others? No, you have to ask, why me? How can I? Why not me? I will give you a few questions that are my favorites. If I tell you, you people, you have to preach like anything in Iran, and you say, no, we are not qualified. And I say, if not you, who? If not now, when? Then you say, oh my God, this is too heavy. If you don't do it, who is going to do it? If you don't show people of Iran that Krishna cares about them, who will show it? You shouldn't wait for somebody else, because opportunities have been given to you. If not now, when? Tomorrow you may die, and you may, lose the opportunity. And now you may say, where did you get this principle from? And I got it from the Bhagavad Gita. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says to Arjuna that rare are the opportunities that are given to people to fight like this for the good cause. Arjuna thought this is a problem. I have to fight with my relatives. And Krishna said, no, this is an opportunity. So Krishna saw this problem as an opportunity. Arjuna saw it as a problem. So it's a very simple principle, a very obvious principle in life. So clarity, you clarify things with questions. Clarity is very important. Then clear plan of action and taking action. That's why I said on the retreat, this is a wonderful retreat, but everybody will forget it after 7 to 15 days. They will not do anything about it, about their chanting, except maybe some rare souls. And I said, let's create a program where we are going to follow up. So, if you make a plan, follow up. If you want results. Otherwise, you will just be lamenting. I couldn't do it. I cannot control myself. I never keep promises that I give to myself. If you want to increase your self-confidence, you have to give yourself promise and keep it. Otherwise, you will always feel bad. I promised myself I'm going to get up at 6. Although I should get up at 4, but at least I can get up at 6. And I'm not doing it. And I feel bad. And then Akrura comes and says, you should preach. And I say, well, you don't know what is my sadhana. How can I preach with this sadhana? And I say, you can. Because when you preach, your preaching will force you to improve your standards. So better start preaching now. So these are some basic things. Now, do you have any questions? Basic things about coaching.
You said we have to change our attitude.
Everything, not only attitude, the way you think.
I want to emphasize this word have to. You know, the consciousness sometimes doesn't like to hear all the time, have to. Because I personally, and I see many people are like that. I personally think that sometimes I rather prefer something comes from inside rather to force myself from outside to follow something, because realization should come from inside, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this kind of have to, which we have a lot. How to deal with these kind of things? Is coaching helping to really understand the real attitude towards these have-tos?
Yeah. You don't have to do anything, basically.
You have to again. You don't have to.
You don't have to do anything. Have to is something that you decide to do because you want to achieve certain results. So when you set a goal, then certain things will help achieve the goal, certain things will not help. And what we are offering is something that I think, what I'm offering is something that I think will help you achieve the goal. So I believe that if you ask better questions, you're going to achieve your goal quicker. But otherwise, you don't have to do anything. Until you are forced, like to die or something like that. You have to die. But you don't have to do anything. You can, but you will have to live with the consequences of not doing anything.
Ultimately, we are always have to do something.
Yeah.
This I realize.
Yes.
We have to sleep because it's night. The body needs to rest. We have to eat because the body is hungry. So there are many have-tos.
Yes.
But sometimes the ego is challenging these have-tos. even sometimes we don't accept it's night, and it's dark. So
then you don't sleep.
So what I wanted to, maybe my English is not really fair enough to really explain what is my inner question. What I really want to get rid of it is this bad consciousness which influences us usually. That we believe this, we should not follow this kind of have-tos or... Is coaching...
Where did you get this anarchistic philosophy? Is it popular in Iran?
Yeah, of course.
Hare Krishna.
we raised in a way that there is a lot of have-tos. You have to choose this religion. You have to think like this. You have to do it like that.
Yeah.
You have to choose this special university. You have to choose this profession.
Always external obligations.
No choice actually. You do not choose your profession most of the time.
Right.
You do not choose where to go, what to study. And this is a lot of things just come together, and so it comes to the point when they say, okay, you have to do this little thing to be successful, you just explode. It doesn't matter what.
I give you the best have to. You have to choose. You have to use your own free will. You have to choose. You are always in a situation to choose Krishna or Maya, black or white, this or that. You can also choose gray, but usually it's black or white. So, actually I'm giving you a wrong seminar. I have a seminar called The Power of Choice. So maybe you people would like the power of choice more than coaching, Gita coaching. You don't have to do anything until you are forced. But it's better prevention is better than cure. That's a law of nature. So, better to be proactive. And also, I can never tell you have to desire this. But basically, we need to, this is a better one, we need to change the quality of our desires if we want better results and better life. Because if you continue desiring material things, you are going to suffer. That's it. That's just clear. If you want whatever material thing, then you're going to struggle like everybody else in the world.
But as devotees, you're also struggling so much.
This is because you don't know the trick.
So, tell us the trick.
Well, Maharaj is telling you the trick in every seminar, but you don't listen.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't get it. Like this little book, the Art of Transformation. I just read few pages and I thought this is a material to think about for the next 30 years. You read that book?
Yeah.
The Art of Transformation. Yeah. Read this every day and you will never be confused. I'm reading it, and apart from the holy name as a magic for everything, but he is speaking about transforming the desires. What is torturing us is our desires. So if we change the desires, then everything will change. But that's the hardest thing, because we are accustomed to desire material things. So now we have to start desiring spiritual things. So basically, now, very good point, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, I have told you everything, but now you can do what you want to do. He doesn't interfere in your free will. So in coaching, not only me, every coach respects your free will. So basically, we are helping devotees succeed in a way they feel good about. So if you don't like the word have to, I will never use it again.
No, I was
in coaching.
No, thank you so much for your concern, but I didn't want to make you uncomfortable with your word. What I wanted to say is just the consciousness which is everywhere. It's not coming from you.
It's coming from Durga. Durga means trouble. And Durga with her trident is piercing you. Adi Bhautika Klesha, Adi Atmika Klesha, Adi Davita Klesha, trying to remind you that you don't belong to this world. So she is telling you, you have to think, you have to do something, you can't stay where you are. You have to change your consciousness. And if you insist, then next life she does it again. So the whole material nature is one big have to. You have to die.
Yeah.
You may refuse.
No, I accept. It was not my main thing.
No, now you are finished.
I surrender.
But you are bold. You are bold. You are asking also for others. So we should preach free will. You have a choice. You can choose this or that, and then you will get the results.
You know, my main consideration about this is I didn't try coaching, and I really desire to start it with you for myself first and then learn it.
Right.
But what I'm thinking is sometimes it's like someone is not hungry and you want to serve him best cake or best pizza, whatever.
Right.
But that person is not hungry.
It's not true. Maya is working for you. Maya is starving people. And they will get ready for coaching. So, Hare Krishna. So Maya is working, if you're a preacher or a coach, Maya is actually bugging people and they're getting more and more frustrated. And you may say they're not hungry, but in a few years or in a few decades, they will come to you and they say, look, can you help me? I'm frustrated. I heard you're doing some coaching. Can you help me become happy? So sure, I was thinking about this last 30 years, but you were not coming, so I didn't want to force you. So, there is a saying that you can bring horse to the water, but cannot force him to drink. So, but you can always sow the seeds of excellence everywhere and just challenge people. Basically, my secret statement, my mission statement is helping devotees succeed to find solutions that exactly meet their needs in a way they feel good about. But the secret part of that mission is, so because it's secret, maybe I shouldn't say it at the camera. The private part.
It's worse to tell us that.
I know you're revolutionary people. So it actually, I'm helping devotees succeed by challenging them, because everybody is more or less sleeping. So challenge. My softest challenge is like this. If you continue doing what you are doing, you will continue getting what you are getting. Are you happy with this? Yes, I'm happy. Okay, Hare Krishna. Goodbye. Then after 5 years, Akrura, I'm not happy. So, you want change? Yes. Okay, so are you ready for coaching? First, go through my questionnaire, 10 questions. Are you ready to give it time? Are you ready to give it effort? Yes, I'm ready. It hurts too much. Okay, let's start doing it. Are you ready on a scale of 1 to 10? How much you're ready? 7. Why it's 7? Why it's not 10? Then they say, okay, so I have to make it 10. So it's all about results. You say, so if you're happy with your results, you don't need to have coaching or preaching or anything. But if you're not happy, there is a way. There is so many tools, both shastric and professional, for your success. But do you want success? Do you want to live mediocre life? Do you want to watch TV most of the time? By watching TV, you're not going to achieve any excellence in spiritual life and in your career. There is 3 kinds of people. One group of people, they're watching things happen, mainly on the TV. One group of people is making things happen, and the last group of people is wondering what happened. They're not even watching, they're just shocked. Oh, this happened and that happened. And something's on the TV, sometimes it's around you. Oh, my wife left me. Oh my God, why did you leave me? Because you're you're a complete nut. So you can choose. You want to watch things happen, mainly on the TV, or you want to make things happen, or you want to wonder what happened. That's, it's your choice. You don't have to do anything. Just the only thing you have to do is you always have to choose what do you want in your life, and it influences your happiness. It influences your happiness. Hare Krishna. You can join us. Come. Can you give him a chair? Or maybe whatever he wants to sit. Mirko? Or?
I don't know.
Mirko.
Please.
You're Bhakta Mirko, isn't it? Yeah. So please welcome if you want to sit. We are speaking about success. You speak English?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So you will understand everything. And you will also become famous because camera is there. You should turn it a little bit towards him. Yes, very nice, cool. I'm happy that you did this. Very nice. Okay, any other arguments? So you said if they're not hungry, well, they will get hungry, don't worry. They'll come to you, begging. But sometimes it takes 10 years. Therefore, I call it lifetime coaching, not life coaching.
Yeah.
Because I'm waiting for them until they become 60, 70, and they say, oh, okay, I'm ready for coaching now. I lost everything, my wife, property, devotee's reputation. I was a Sankirtan devotee. I lost my reputation. Everybody thinks I'm like a jerk or something. And now I want to be successful. Okay? Prabhupada started when he was 69. You are just at the right time. You're 70. So you can start now. So, yeah. But devotees, you see, devotees are such wonderful people that it's so rewarding to work with them. And they're actually quite quick in understanding success principles. And especially if I give them from the Gita, I don't give them from some professional book. They're thinking it's something bogus and it's not from the Vedas. So, yeah. So I say Bhagavad Gita is the best success book. And all the principles of success are in there. I have a slideshow which shows you how it is true. So, they are such nice people, and they also, Krishna is working on them more intensely. They're already quite frustrated with the material world. One of the reasons why they are devotees is because they are not so happy outside. And now, when they start Krishna consciousness, Krishna is making arrangements that they have different frustrations and like that. So they are basically happy. They're very good clients, very good clients. But you have to see how you work with different devotees. You have to be flexible. Don't have only one style, With some people you're listening more. Some people more ask you for advice. Some people you just ask questions, and they, they love to talk. They love to talk. They love somebody to listen to them. And then they say, "Well, you are such a nice advisor." And I'm thinking, I didn't give you any advice actually. You all the ideas came from you. Say, really? I thought that you were telling me something. I tell you a little story which might inspire you. Maybe Satchidananda Swami sometimes told her. I sent it to him some time ago. It's American Indians, American Indian story. Once there was a farmer who was also an enthusiastic mountain climber. And once he decided to conquer a huge peak, a very high peak. And as he was climbing, he came to a big nest, bird's nest. And there was 3 large eggs. There were eagle's eggs. And he thought, maybe I should take one egg because I have hens, like a chicken. He has a chicken farm. And maybe I should take this egg to my chicken house because, it's an unusual bird, unusual chicken. But he knew that it is unethical, it's illegal, and it's not ecological. But somehow he couldn't resist. He put it in the bag, climbed up, climbed down, and put it in a hen house. And in the hen house, the chicken sat on the egg and hatched it for, 21 days or something like that. And then, when this creature came up, it didn't look like a chicken. But the chicken was very proud. I have a different child now. It's a little bird. But this bird didn't know that it is not a chicken because he couldn't look at the mirror. He was looking around and seeing this other chicken. And living with chicken, flopping around like this. And after some years, this bird saw something in the sky. A wonderful golden eagle. And something was moved in him. Something was touched in him. He was thinking, this is poetry in motion. And he asked Sister Chicken, what is this? And she said that this is a king of the skies, king of the birds. This is a golden eagle, and we have nothing to do with him. And he said, oh, okay. And he continued living as a chicken, with a chicken, for many, many years. And unfortunately, he died as a chicken.
Not nice.
That's one ending.
You know the other one?
No, but I'm guessing it should be another one.
There is. Somebody told me, but I forgot it. So he lived and died as a chicken because this is all he thought he was. So similarly, people in the material world, they think they're something, but actually they're much more. They're much more. They are a pure spirit soul, full of knowledge and bliss. And they think, I'm this body, I should enjoy this little petty sense gratification for a few years, a little bit family, a little bit this, a little bit that, and a little bit fame. And then, you know, their life passes and they die and they don't know who they are, where they are going. But if they understand that they have a potential to fly like an eagle, very high, that they are a spirit soul that can awaken and rise, then they can do amazing things. And this is what devotees are doing. They are being awakened to understanding what is their identity. And so the lesson is that, what is the lesson actually? You can tell me. From the story, yeah.
I think that you said it already.
Find the mirror.
Yeah?
Find first the mirror.
Find the mirror.
And discover yourself.
Okay.
So the mirror could be like a religion or
something, yeah.
Knowledge. And then find yourself, realize it.
Yeah.
And then fly.
Okay, nice, very nice. What other lessons are there in the story?
I believe the first lesson is to feel who you are. It's chicken. It's bounded. Perhaps we have better wings, but now we are just acting like a chicken.
So you should first feel that you are a chicken.
Feel who you are first.
When I felt like a chicken, before I tried to practice Krishna consciousness, I felt so bad. I felt that this stinks. I don't want to be like other people. Maybe you have this sometimes experience. And I still feel like that a little bit. So, then, okay, what else?
The intuition, because about the golden eagle, the so-called chicken was touched about the eagle in the sky.
Yes, yeah.
But because of the influence of others,
Yeah.
he ignored the inner voice.
Very nice. So you can feel who you are, but you have to, somehow it has to be ignited, inspired. And because of the environment. So concerning environment, so what's the other lesson here? Great lesson that we didn't mention specifically.
Don't always be discouraged by the chicken sister. Maybe find other persons. Don't be discouraged easily.
Right. So it's about association. So if you associate with chicken, you remain a chicken. If you associate with eagles, you become an eagle. Or in Vaishnava literature, it's a swan. We have a swan and a crow. So we can use this also, like a swan and a crow. So association is everything. Association is everything. So if you read inspiring Shastra, if you read inspiring professional literature, if you come to courses or like a Kirtan retreat or some, like there was a course about personal transformation, which I personally really like. Maharaj is actually dealing with these things a lot in his classes also. And you feed your mind with spiritual protein. And then when you're working daily, then you cannot be foolish anymore. You're just thinking, no, let me use some intelligence that I learned things. Let me use some knowledge. And you act for your own benefit. Okay, any other questions? About success and coaching?
Success in?
Coaching. I'm speaking about life coaching. It's you know what is life coaching? Yeah. That's what I do with devotees. Mainly with devotees.
I wonder whether coaching is the key.
coaching is the key to success.
I doubt this. Coaching can be the impulse for self-empowerment or
Yes, yeah, self-initiative. Yeah, coaching. The key to success is action, but coaching helps to start action.
Yeah.
The key to your success is your action. Also your consciousness, your thinking, because from your thinking your action will come. So we first work on the thinking, then we work on the action. But thinking is influenced by the questions you ask all day long. If you ask powerful questions, your thinking goes to the higher quality. But if you ask mediocre questions, weak questions, then your action will not be very effective. So successful people always ask better questions. Einstein said that I would be given a problem to solve in 1 hour, I would spend 55 minutes finding the right questions, and in 5 minutes I would solve it. He was valuing questions so much, and we all know that he was a genius. And the power of questions, the importance of questions has been stressed in the scriptures. Okay, what time is it now?
6 almost.
6. We can go a few more minutes with questions, and then I have another appointment with somebody else. Any other questions? Yeah?
Thinking when you are talking about this to people, maybe there is something wrong with that, because some people may be like chickens among eagles.
Right.
Because the vice versa situation is also possible. So if you encourage everyone to fly and like you are eagle, and then it must be not good.
No, everybody is a swan or an eagle, because everybody is a spirit soul, so everybody can fly. But if you want to remain a chicken and you are with eagles, you will feel bad. Like if you're dissociating with devotees and you're not very Krishna conscious, you will feel, well, I don't feel very good here because everybody is better than me. And maybe I shouldn't come here, or maybe I should become a better devotee. The second one is better. Yes?
Entschuldigung, dass ich unterbreche. Sorry that I interrupt. I just wanted to say,
I think we should encourage everyone to become an eagle or a swan, because they have that potential. They will be more happy. It's not only for the society, it's for them. If you want your life to get better, you have to get better. There is no other way around. Circumstances, this is secondary. But if you change, you may be in difficult circumstances, but you get more happy, more productive, more influential, everything better. But you have to change your consciousness, the way you think. And of course, by chanting, you purify your consciousness, and everything changes for better, but also work on your questions. Ask yourself better questions. I have a choice map, which is a very simple tool. Somehow I didn't get it. I have it upstairs, and I can send it to you. You can print it out for yourself. It's a color. You can be a judger and a learner. You can ask judger questions, even including blaming yourself, or you can be a learner, ask intelligent questions, and always have this developmental mentality, How can we improve things? How can we get most out of this situation? How can we use spiritual intelligence? What will please Krishna? Powerful questions. Instead of asking, why is this like this? Why is this like that? Like I have seen some devotees here, and I can see on their face, it says, why nobody notices me? You seen that sometimes? They really want to be noticed, and nobody notices them. So this mindset will just get you in more trouble. You will depend on becoming famous, even in ISKCON. But you have to recognize that this is something that is making you unhappy. And once you let go of the attachment of becoming famous, then Krishna says, now you can become famous. and you get so much, too much. You say, okay, I want some peace. I tell people say, I need attention and care. I say, start giving it. And they start giving it, and they get so much that it's too much. I get too much attention and care. And I'm giving little, because I'm giving a seminar on devotee care like this. So, because this is how it works. The law of giving works. People say, there is always a lack. Something is lacking, always. What is lacking in your life? Oh, nobody recognizes me. So is this how devotee thinks? Devotee sits in the back, very happy. I know one lady, you heard about these yatras in India? Yatras? Big gatherings where they go holy places, and like Radhanath Swami Yatra, and maybe it's Maharaj Sachinand Maharaj also makes. No. Okay. Anyway, Radhanath Swami Yatra, thousands of people. And I know this Mataji, she's always standing in the back. She never goes in front of the Guru and like this. She will cook for the Guru, she will serve, but she's always somewhere else. And there is so many people, and everybody is around Maharaj, and they want his mercy, they want his piece of his cloth or whatever, his, like maha or something. And you know what happened? Maharaj goes around the whole crowd and finds this Mataji and stands with her and starts to talk to her. So who is doing this? How she is recognized by Maharaj, who is so busy? Because Krishna is doing this. But if you want to become famous, preach. There is no way you will not be famous if you are preaching Krishna consciousness. If you want money, say, I want money for Krishna. For myself and for Krishna. Maybe 50-50. You can get so much money. But you just have to think differently. And then see if Krishna gives it. But the way you are acting now, you will never get rich. You may say, well, it's karma. No, it's not only karma. And Krishna can change any karma. So they want money, they want fame, recognition, attention. I say, whatever you are lacking, start giving it. How can I give? I don't have. Give half of what you don't have. Half of zero. They say, okay, I'm going to give 5 euros. I haven't given donation to the temple for the last 20 years. But now Akrura forced me. Okay, I'm going to put it, and hopefully it will not get lost. So you have become stingy. So you give. There is so much money. Give her clothes, give her best dhoti. I know another Mataji, when another Mataji says, you have such a nice sari. She says, you want it? She says, yes. So, okay, you have it. She goes, takes it away and gives it. That's a devotee, how devotee thinks. Or a ring, or a necklace, something. Krishna will be pleased if you develop this giving mentality. So we have to change the way we think. Then we can become happy. And this is what coaching is about. So it's like that. Okay, I have to go now. Thank you so much for your questions and attention and patience, and for inviting me to give this small presentation. And I wish you good luck. You can contact me anytime. Mataji has an email. I have tons of materials, tons of success tools. Everything can be yours for free. And hopefully I will see you in your country one day. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for inviting me.